The worst things that used to happen in Norway in the 90s were the church burnings, where the black metal artists used to burn churches. Did you know about that?
I didn't even hear about that. What's that?
So there's this band. There's a few bands in. So Norwegian black metal is when black metal started. So like heavy metal existed, Iron Maiden, Metallica, all those bands like Black Sabbath. In the 80s, late 80s, it became a thing called death metal. So it was like more like ooh vocals, right?
Yeah.
And then black metal came out, and it was more like screaming, right? I can't do it because my voice is terrible.
Yeah, no, I don't expect you to, mate. Don't worry.
So like early 90s, there's a band called Dark Throne that came out, right? And that's my T-shirt, Dark Throne. The other one. This is Dark Fortress. I got Dark Throne. So the Dark Throne were a part of a first big wave of black metal. There was bands called Emperor and also like Gorgoroth and Burzum. And Burzum, this guy called Varg Vikernes, who was Norwegian, he was really extreme, right? His music was so like lo-fi, and like he just like buy like he didn't want to go to a studio to record his music, so he'd buy like a terrible tape recorder and just play horrible riffs and put it backwards and make it sound really scary and weird. And it was, you know, they all had blackface paint on, like literally like what I looked like at that party.
Yeah,
right?
That would have terrified me.
And they just dressed like that, and they made the scariest music, right? And all their music was about Satan, right? About Satan and like hating the church, and their message was, we come from a place where Vikings used to live, where we had Odin and we had all these gods. We don't want Christianity. Like, it's not our people's religion. And that's the big message, and that's why they're attracted to Satan and stuff. So in the, I think, 1993...
So it's more of just a rebellious...
Yeah, it's fully rebellious against the church, because they hate the values. And especially in those Scandinavian countries, they put so much money into it, and no one, like, those guys don't believe in it. And it's such a peaceful society as well. So, like, they're the people to make noise, you know, they're the crazy guys that are going against it. And... so this guy called Varg Vikernes burnt a church in Bergen, which is like a city in Norway, in like 1993. Burnt a church down at night, right? Just burnt this whole church, and it became a huge thing, like a cult following. So all these other bands used to start doing it.
Really?
Gorgoroth, another band, used to start doing it, burning these churches down in Norway. And I don't know how many churches were burnt down, but loads. It's actually like, you know, there's crazy pictures of these churches being burnt, and like the media used to slap like, oh, Satan, these guys are Satanists, these guys are Satan.
And then it flips it even more, because it just gets the people against these kind of people.
And
it's
but then
people,
a lot of
people that are the original story of it was, we don't want you coming in and changing the way that we think. But then they're like, these people are changing the way that we think, mate. And again, the public, the general public, the average individual will listen to what the news has to say to them.
There's the guy, Varg Vikernes. Okay,
is that him looking out to see if you can see a church?
So look at all these churches that are
crazy.
Burnt. It's insane, right? All these churches, and that guy, Mayhem. So that Varg Vikernes guy killed another singer, all right, from a band called Euronymous. So he stabbed him in the head like 20 times, and because they were just rivals and they used to make black metal. But that's how insane these guys were. They used to like kill each other. They used to sacrifice goats on stage and stuff, like cut goat heads off and stuff. And then it was just like rap when they were talking about drugs and violence. These guys were talking about.
I think those people kill people and
it's very much similar to gangster rap in the sense that they're just a bit like criminal behind the music.
But